Hello and welcome back to the Gay Agenda. I'm the answer to all of your gay little fantasies, Joshua Noon.
And my favourite exam is a prostate exam. Phil Perry.
Question. Tell me what you think about me, Ollie Last.
As always, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at Fagony Aunts. You can also go to our website, which is
www.fagonyarts.co.uk.
Exactly. So now we've got that out of the way, what is today's topic?
Today's topic is we are going to be asking some questions.
Knowing
questions.
you.
Yeah, no, that's
That's a good
what we
intro.
should
Someone should have said as an intro. Yeah. So, Allah, the Vogue videos.
I thought you were just
wondering
No,
where
not
that was going. Not
Like,
that,
as in a parody of the Vogue videos where they do 73 questions. We're going to do an episode which is 69 questions because, you know, gay. And but what we're going to do is, because I don't think anyone can bear 69 questions on each of us, we're going to do 23 each.
Fantastic.
Total 69. And then we'll all get to know a little bit more about each other, and you listeners at home will get to know a little bit more about us.
I'm not sure you want to, but
You're going to.
you're going to.
Okay.
Who's going to go first?
Well, we'll do in order of our introduction. So,
Okay.
Ollie, if you want to ask Josh
I would love
23
to.
questions from our list of questions, your timer starts. I don't know.
We don't even have a timer.
Yeah, there's no
We
time.
don't have a
There's no time.
There we
limit,
go. Right, Josh, what was the first thing you did when you woke up this morning?
I had quite a lot of notifications on my phone, so I checked that.
What is your favourite song right now?
Soulmate by Lizzo, obviously.
What is your favourite makeup product?
Oh, it's got to be like a witch hazel concealer because it does good for your skin and it covers up.
What are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Oh, I don't know if they're the top, but spend New Year's Eve in New York, go to Las Vegas and do a skydive.
Okay. What do you consider unforgivable?
Lying and cheating.
Marmite, love it or hate it?
Love it.
What's the stupidest thing you've done?
I once pressed the security alarm in a Next store, set shutters down, the security guards were called, and it cost them £11,000 to reset on my work experience.
Oh my God.
It was awful.
What is your favourite thing about living in London?
The amount of things to do, and it's like such an alive city.
What is your least favourite thing about living in London?
You can feel so lonely in London.
Who is the worst celebrity you've ever met?
Colin Firth. He's an arsehole.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Colin.
Who is your favourite diva?
I would say... Do I count? Can I be my own favourite diva? I'm going to be that. I'm going to say yes.
Oh my God. What question do you hate getting asked?
Why don't you smile in photos?
If you were in a boy band, what would it be called?
The Versatones. Don't laugh at that.
Who would the other 3 members be?
Obviously you two and my gay homie from Birmingham because he loves to play on SingStar, Adam.
What event do you most look forward to all year?
Halloween.
What 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
Fun, energetic, and over the top, but that one's hyphenated.
What's your worst habit?
I like to get the last word in an argument. I always like to win.
What is your go-to cocktail?
Sex on the beach.
What is your favourite meal of the day?
Oh, it's got to be like dessert. Does that count? Dinner. Dinner because it has dessert.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No, definitely not.
What advice would you give to your 15-year-old self?
Do not worry about coming out to your mum because she will not care.
Best advice someone else gave you?
Always be yourself.
What makes you happy?
Boys.
Of course.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, that was quite intense.
So it was a bit mastermind. It was a bit like, but that's good because then there's no time for. You're less
No
likely
time
to
for
lie.
thinking.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you have to give an answer
Quick
on
answer.
the beat.
There was some.
Oh,
Yeah, there was some.
£11,000.
How? What?
Oh
What?
God!
What did you set the building on fire?
So yeah, it was at work experience. It was quite a stressful day that day. So there was one of the toilets on the ground floor. Toilets had flooded. So it was. We were walking around spraying air freshener all day because it stunk like shit. It was. I'd been there for like 3 days. No one really told me much, so I was behind the till, just like doing a bit of work experience. Learning
How old were you?
Oh, how old? 16?
Yeah,
Is it
if
16?
your work
15?
experience, you'd be about,
That sort of age. And no one really told me anything. And so I was standing there. Someone was doing something else. And I looked and I could see these 2 red buttons underneath the counter. And I was like, I wonder what they do. And instead of asking, I pressed one and it didn't do anything. So I pressed the other one and it didn't do anything. So I was like, what?
Oh, it's a silent one, isn't it?
Pressed them both. The alarms went off. The shutter just dropped straight down. The security were called. The police were called. It was all automatic. And to have all of that reset by the security company that installed it was £11,000.
Really?
I was mortified.
Did you
didn't have
own
to
up
pay?
to it?
Yeah, of course I did. I didn't know. They didn't make me pay because it was work experience and no one had told me about it. But
So it's their fault. It's
yeah.
like when Gemma fell through that trap door and she
Yeah.
then said, "No one told me."
No one told
and
me
then
there was
that
a
runner
trapdoor.
got fired.
So yeah, it was really stressful and it was the most embarrassing moment ever.
Oh my god!
That's good though. I never
know.
knew that. Well, that's a good one.
Why is Colin Firth an arsehole?
Oh,
Yeah, can we go into this?
Okay, we can
legally, can we go into
We can.
this?
So
Okay.
I was
I don't think he's listening, Phil. We might be okay.
as
you know,
you're
we might have
you're
friends.
aware, I was Ben Wishaw's body double on Mary Poppins
You've
Returns.
never mentioned it.
I haven't
been on
on
the
here,
podcast.
so thank you.
I hear
No.
it every week. So when you text me in the morning to say, "Do you remember I was in
Morning."
Mary Poppins Returns?"
So no, one of the days he was in, and out of everyone, so there was a lot of big names in Mary Poppins Returns, and he, out of all of them, was the rudest. Like, he just didn't want to talk to anyone. He seemed quite nasty. He didn't smile. He was just quite rude.
And not in character rude.
Yeah, and not even like in character rude, because I think a couple of them, like Ben and Emily, stayed in character.
Oh, but Ben and Emily, first name terms, you
when they're on
sod.
set, they were their characters, so they weren't, which is different.
I feel like Emily Blunt is Mary Poppins. I feel like
Yeah,
there is
exactly.
a bit of a blurred line between
But
her
yeah.
character and her. But...
He just wasn't a very pleasant person to be around on set.
so it
No,
wasn't
I
a
don't-
he did something. It was
no,
what he
no,
didn't
no.
do.
It's what he didn't do. Yeah, like
was-
everyone else was just really friendly.
Who was the loveliest?
Oh,
Yeah, let's flip the script.
Julie Walters.
Dame Julie Walters.
Dame
Yes.
Julie
National
Walters.
treasure.
National treasure.
Two
Dame Julie
soups.
Walters. She was so lovely. She was just so very nice. Like, if a runner would ask her for a water and the rest of us would be standing around, she'd be like, "Well, you haven't asked these people," and like it's that sort of thing that really sits in your mind. She was just really nice. She was great. I love her.
Well, she seems like whenever I've seen her on telly, she comes across like she'd be quite
Yeah.
She's the kind of girl you want to take to a gay club. Imagine.
like she's never been.
How long did you spend thinking of the versatile?
Do you know what? I don't know. I love the overtones. I've always loved the overtones.
Would everyone in the Versatones have to be versatile, or is it just the name?
It's just the name.
So it's just,
It's just the name, and I think it speaks for most of the group.
So it would be like so it wouldn't necessarily be like so that's I think the appeal
Yeah.
there would be like, oh, I could have any of them,
Yeah, I could have any of them.
because you could also be called the Four Tops. Oh wait, no,
The four
bottoms. I mean,
Brilliant.
a tribute act to the Four Tops. I mean, come on.
Phil Perry,
Copyrighted.
marketing
if
genius.
anyone does that now.
Yeah, well, we've got it recorded.
So, Philip, it is your turn.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let me get
let me just prepare myself. Right. Where is your favourite place to be?
home.
What is something you can never live without?
My friends.
Brilliant. What is a hobby that you'll never give up?
Alcohol.
What 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
Funny, friendly, and loyal.
What's your biggest fear?
Birds.
Something from your childhood that you still have.
Regrets.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done?
A 15,000-foot skydive jumping out of a moving plane.
What's your favourite quote?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What's your biggest achievement?
Travelling around the world.
Describe your style.
Ironic novelty.
Optimist or pessimist?
Optimist.
What can you see from your window?
I can see more or less the whole of London. I can see the Shard, the Gherkin, London Eye. I have a very lovely view.
If you could
Very
live in any other decade, when would it be?
70s in New York. Studio 54. Me,
Dre-
Andy Warhol, Liza Minnelli, hanging out in the basement.
What is your dream career?
Owning my own bar.
Have you ever sleepwalked?
No, and I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in it. A negative quality about you.
There are none.
A positive quality about you.
I'm very modest.
Favourite cuisine.
Italian.
What would your fragrance be called?
Anxiety by Mrs. Phil Perry.
When was the last time you cried?
My nan's funeral.
Best thing about being gay?
The nightlife.
Worst thing about being gay?
Not being able to hold hands with someone without checking where you are first.
How would you like to be remembered?
For making people laugh and for having a laugh, having a good time.
Brilliant.
The good time gal that was had by all. That's how I want to be remembered.
You are done.
That's going to be on your headstone.
Come on, tell me about this skydive. When did you do that?
Well, I mean, it was a really bad flight as it was. I'd missed my stop. And no, it was for a friend's birthday. And
wait, this wasn't for like charity. You just did it because
no,
someone wanted
and
you
you know
to
what? I don't agree
get
with
thrown out
that.
of
When
plane.
people go, I'm gonna go bungee jumping, so you need to pay me money for it. Like why? Something you've always wanted to do. If it's going to be something that's a bit of a,
If it's terrifying for you, like my nan did a abseil, but she was petrified.
and if it's something that's like, when we sponsored all the celebrities to go across, when Cheryl Cole got malaria, where did they go?
Africa.
Yeah, and it's like a kind of an arduous thing. It's like they're pulling some sort of feat when it's something that you really wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was my friend's birthday, and we were like, why not? And this was in New Zealand, can I say? It wasn't here, so it was lovely views and shit.
What? Not like over like.
And then there was like a, excuse me. And then there was I think there was 5,000, 10,000 and 15,000, something like that. And then it was very much well, if you're going to jump out of it, you might as well. If you're that high, is there going to be...
You might as well do the top.
Is there going to be much difference in your head between 10,000 and 15,000? So let's just go for the top tier.
Yeah.
And then, it done our fair
Did you enjoy it?
crotch.
But did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it. And I've got, if you should ever wish to see it, a DVD of me free falling.
We should do a full
at
screening.
something like 200 miles an hour through the sky.
We should use that as the
Thank God there's no audio.
the warm up for our live recording.
But we just play that to a room full of people. Well, yeah.
Do we have a DVD player? Does anyone have a DVD player
Well, I mean, it was a
anymore?
different time. That's all they could give me. But yeah, it was once in a lifetime thing. I'll probably never do it again.
You were strapped to someone, right?
Yes, I was in like a kind of giant baby grow type thing. So
lovely.
they're doing all the
All the
I
hard
would
work.
never trust myself with the pressure of like
So
I
you
don't
pulling
like
your- saving your life.
Yeah, I don't like it when you sit in the legroom seats on a plane and then they give you the special speech because you're near the door. That's enough pressure. I don't need to be in charge of a parachute. And if you pull this cord and if that doesn't work, pull it. Like, no. I'd rather someone else just do it and then I can just fall and enjoy the view.
Imagine falling and they don't do it.
Yeah, fall like Coyote. Like I pull it and then like an anvil comes out or like loads of cutlery.
I think we need to discuss your style. The way that you described your style
Ironic
is
novelty.
fantastically.
That is small. I think that's
is-
exactly.
It is so accurate.
I don't wear stuff in a
unreal.
kind of. I think it's genuinely fashionable.
You
I
wear
wear
it
stuff
'cause it's-
fully aware of how dreadful it is.
Which means your wardrobe is very specific. You can only wear certain things at certain times.
But no, like I would wear it's actually coming in to fashion a little bit. I feel now because if you go to certain high street shops, Primark, for example, you can go in there. You can get like 90s Boyzone t-shirts.
Yep.
And it's very like, this is funny because it's old. Like it's very that. But I've been doing that for years, for God's sake.
I've been doing it for years.
But and you see when you see like a 50-year-old woman in the high street in like a Disney sweatshirt, but that's because she loves it. It's totally different to wearing something fully aware of the irony of it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, ironic chic is my ironic novelty.
Why don't you believe in sleep?